Hi artists, I'm Belinda. I'm a teaching artist with studio in a school. Today we are going to explore different ways that we can change paper using just our hands. The art materials that you'll need for this lesson are 2 sheets of paper that are different colors. You can use notebook paper, you can use construction paper, you can use printer paper, or any other paper that you can find. You will also need something you can put your shapes in, like a bowl or a plate. How can we change this paper just by using our hands? One way we can change this paper is by tearing it. Do you know another word for tear? Sometimes I like to say the word rip. There are 2 ways to tear paper. You can tear it fast or you can tear it slowly. This is what it looks like when I tear paper fast. When I tear paper slowly, I like to take my thumb and my first finger and put it on the paper. Then I take my other thumb and first finger and pinch it and put it right next to my other hand. And then I begin to tear the paper slowly. I like to tear paper slowly when I want to make a round shape because I can turn the paper while I'm tearing, like this. I often don't know what I'm going to get or what it will look like. I'm going to take my torn shape and just place it right on the table. Now I'm going to make 6 other torn shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to take all of my torn shapes and put them in my bowl. Now, let's look how we can change the paper in different ways. I'm going to take one of my torn shapes and look at it. I notice that the paper is flat. How can I make this paper stand up? One way I can change the paper is to fold it. I can take my shape and fold it in half. Take this hand and push it down to make a crease. Ah, look, it's popping up. I can even turn it this way on this side, and it looks a little bit like a tent. I'm going to put my folded paper over here. I'm going to show you another way we can fold paper. I'm going to take another one of my torn shapes. I'm going to fold it front, and then I'm going to fold it backwards. And I'm going to keep turning it and keep repeating, folding it front ways and then back ways. Front ways and then back ways until it's small, like that. And then let's see what happens when I open it. Wow, look at that. Look at that folded paper. Does it remind you of anything? It reminds me of stairs. I'm going to put my folded paper next to my other folded paper and take another torn piece from my bowl. How else can I change this paper so that it's not flat anymore? I can roll it. Watch. Like this. Wow, that really changed shape. It looks like a tube. I can even see through it. And look what happens when I take my rolled paper and I leave it on my table without my hands. It unrolls a little bit, and it actually moves. It rolls. I'm going to take another torn paper, put it right in front of me. It's flat. How can I change it? I'm going to twist it. Watch. Watch my hands while I twist the paper. Have you ever twisted paper before? See how my hands are going in different directions? There. That really changed shape. I'm going to put that right next to my folded paper. Now I'm going to take another torn paper, this one, and see if you can tell me what I'm doing with my hands. Watch. What do we call that? We call that crumpling. We are crumpling the paper. Sometimes you do that right before you put it in the recycling bin. Now it's like a ball. I'm going to take this paper and put it right next to my twisted paper. And then the last way I want to teach you guys how to change paper is called fringing. When we fringe paper, we tear the paper slowly. So I'm going to take my thumb and my first finger and my other thumb and first finger and put it together on the paper and tear it slowly. And I'm going to keep repeating it. I'm not tearing it all the way, just a little bit, really slowly, all the way to the end of the paper. So it looks like this. What does it remind you of? It kind of reminds me a little bit of fingers or grass. I'm going to take all my shapes and put them in my bowl. The next thing I'm going to do is take my second sheet of paper, which is a different color. I'm going to take my purple construction paper. This will be my background paper. And now I'm going to make an arrangement. What is an arrangement? An arrangement is taking your shapes and organizing them on your paper however you like. I'm going to choose 5 shapes from my bowl, place them at the bottom of my background paper. Let's see. I'm going to choose my twisted paper. I'm going to choose my crumpled paper, my rolled paper. I need 2 more shapes. I'll take my folded paper and my other folded paper. Now I'm going to make my first arrangement. I'm going to put my crumpled paper, let's see, I'll put it in the middle of my background paper, and then I'll take my rolled paper and I'll put it in the corner over here. Then I'm going to take my folded paper and put it in the other corner of my background paper. Then I'm going to take this folded paper and I'll put it on like a tent on the other corner. And finally, I'll take my twisted paper and put it in this corner. I noticed something about this arrangement. None of my shapes are touching. Now, I'm going to make a second arrangement. Let's see what happens. I'll take these off my paper. Let's see how I will arrange them this time. This time, I'm going to take my folded paper and put it in the middle of my background paper. And this time, I'm going to take my twisted paper and I'm going to overlap it by putting it on top of my folded paper. Now, I'm going to take my rolled paper and I'm going to put it on the side of my folded paper and my twisted paper. And now I'm going to take this crumpled paper, I'm going to put it inside my rolled paper. Look, you can't even see it. And now I'm going to take my folded paper and I'm going to have it leaning on top of my rolled paper. There's my second arrangement. This looks quite different than my first arrangement. How are you going to arrange your shapes? Have fun tearing, folding, rolling, twisting, crumpling, and fringing your paper. And I'll see you next time.